Good afternoon, families. My name is Princess Williams, and today I'm going to go through a PowerPoint presentation that tells you how to understand the IEP process. Welcome to our informational resource for families who are new to the IEP process. This presentation will provide you with a comprehensive understanding of the Individualized Education Program, also known as an IEP, the referral process, and how we ensure that your child's unique educational needs are met. So first off, what is an IEP? An IEP, or an Individualized Education Program, is a legally binding document that outlines the special education services a child with a disability will receive. This process is governed by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, also acronym known as IDEA, a federal law that ensures all children with disabilities have access to free and appropriate public education, FAPE, as it's known respectfully. The referral process typically begins with a parent, teacher, or other school personnel notices that the child may have a disability. This is often seen in academic spaces, in classrooms, during lessons. A formal request is then made and an evaluation is made. With parental consent, the school conducts a comprehensive evaluation. There are 13 disability categories under IDEA. These include learning disabilities, autism, emotional disturbance, and more. The evaluation results help determine if a child qualifies for special education services. Let's talk about the IEP team. So these individuals make up that team. The parents are the guardians. They typically provide valuable insights about their child's strengths and needs because ultimately you are with your child way more than anyone else. The general education teacher, they typically share information about the general curriculum and the child's performance in that curriculum space. The special education teacher, which offers an expertise in designing and implementing individualized instruction. The school district representative, the individual to interpret evaluation results, and other individuals with knowledge or special expertise about the child. So this may include the school psychologist, this may include an admin, an assistant principal, etc. Now, how does collaboration and communication work? Well, effective collaboration and communications are vital to the success of the IEP process. It is wholesome, just as a kid is a whole child. It requires a whole team to be able to do this work. Team members should engage in very open, respectful dialogue when speaking of the child and their needs. They need to be actively listening to each other and work towards a common goal, which is obviously the child's educational success. Some of the strategies that you may see in these meetings include regular meetings and updates, clear, jargon-free communication, and active involvement of parents in decision making. So ultimately, as the parents, you decide and you should have ultimate say in how your child is moving along in their educational journey. Now, let's talk a little bit about ethical principles and guide IEP process. The Council for Exceptional Children, also known as CEC, provides special education professional ethical principles that emphasize respect, responsibility, and professional competence. These principles guide the collaboration and execution of the IEP process, ensuring that all actions are in the best interest of the student. For example, involving the family in setting realistic, measurable goals, ensuring that the IEP is tailored to the child's unique needs. So, for example, if we have a child that is reading at a first grade level and they're in the fifth grade, to say by the end of year they will be reading at a fifth grade level is not really tailored to be realistic, right? So we might do a grade or above where they are in the beginning of the school year. That's just realistic, and it's also measurable because you can measure that through different assessments, which we're going to talk about next, how we measure a student's progress. So we use assessment data to see where kids are. Families and IEP team members use this data to make informed decisions about, one, a student's eligibility, and two, the identifications of students with exceptionalities. This data includes academic performance, medical reports, and behavioral assessments. So again, when we're thinking about the IEP process, we're thinking about students as a whole, right? What are all the fundamental things that allow a student to progress in their educational journey. And it's not just their academics, it's also their health, right? It's also how they show up in the classroom. It's also their behavioral habits, etc. So, for example, their level of academic success should drive the goals should drive the services should drive the accommodations and modifications. So, it all, again, it needs to be comprehensive, and it all needs to match in support of that child. So that's all for today. Some references that were used in order to create today's PowerPoint presentation. And again, the IEP process is collaborative. It is a collaborative effort aimed at providing the best possible education for your child. By you understanding the process, the role of team members, and the importance of clear communication and ethical principles, you can be an active and informed participant in your child's education. Thank you for your commitment to your child's success and for listening to today's presentation.